Today we're talking about adding and subtracting rational numbers. Guys, point to the number line. Point to the negatives. Negatives are rational numbers. Point to 0. 0 is a rational number. Point to the positives. Positives are rational numbers, but we also have two other big, huge chunks of numbers in math. Can I get a hand in the air? What else? What other types of numbers are rational numbers? Skylar?
It is fractions and decimals.
Fractions and decimals too. Holy cow. So we're going to add and talk about this essential question. How do adding and subtracting adding and subtracting integers? So don't worry about writing this down because I think you already remember the rules. I just need to refresh your memory. So let me come to the board and don't shut it out. Just think about it. When we talked about adding integers, we talked about what happens when we add a positive plus a positive. Don't shut it out. Just think about it. And then we talked about what happens when we add a negative plus a negative. We're not talking multiply today. We're talking addition. Okay, now I need a hand in the air. What's a positive plus a positive? It's always going to be, Josephine, a positive number, right? So what do you think? A positive decimal plus a positive decimal is going to be a positive decimal. The same rules apply. So be careful on this one. Negative number plus a negative number. You're in the hole. You go deeper in the hole. What does this come out to be? Tyler, what is it? Negative numbers. We still say negative. Okay, and then we stretched ourselves a little bit and we talked about, well, what if you have a big, huge positive plus a little baby negative? Who takes over? Who takes over and wins this problem? Guys, shout this one out. Who wins? Fantastic. All right, and then exactly opposite. What if we have a big, huge negative number?
Negative.
Plus a little guy positive. Who wins?
Negative.
Today is all about making a plan. You want to make a plan. Is your answer going to be positive or negative? We've gotten used to these rules. Okay, are we ready? Open up your workbooks to page 33. You're on page 33 in your work. Okay, here we go. We are on page 33. Let's start with letter A. Letter A says take 2.7 plus negative 3.4. Stop whatever you're doing and let's think about this. If this 3.4 didn't have a negative, which would be bigger, 2.7 or 3.4? So that's the bigger negative, right? So let's write this is a little positive plus a big negative. Because what kind of answer should we get? Positive or negative? What do you think?
Negative.
We should get a negative answer. Okay, so we started 2.7. We go down the number line 3.4 spots. Guys, grab your calculators. I am okay. Today is the first day in a long time we've gotten to use our calculators. Make sure you know where the negative button. The negative button is what color?
White.
It's white. Make sure you use the negative and not the subtract sign. Use the negative button. So in your calculators, type in 2.7 plus negative 3.4. Everybody should be typing this in. I'm going to call on anybody I want. Are you ready?
Wait.
I'm going to call on anybody I want. So get ready. Type this in your calculators. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it's on the board. All right. I'm going to call on Jamie. Jamie, what did you get for your final answer? Negative 0.7. Guys, give her a thumbs up if you agree. Perfect. We got a negative answer. That was perfect. Tyler, question. Yes, negative 7/10 would be fantastic. All right, letter B. I'm going to teach you something amazing. Before I teach you something amazing, let's talk about this. Do we have a common denominator? We do. Can we keep change on this problem? Okay, so calculators down. Let's keep change. So on your notes, in your workbooks, let's write keep the 3/10. Change the plus to what? To a minus.
And then switch 10 and 9.
Change this just to a positive. Don't flip them. Just change it to a positive 9/10.
What's the one where you flip it?
We won't flip in today's. Not when you're adding. When you're dividing. Okay, well now we can do this, right? Look, they have common denominators. So the denominator stays 10. At the top, 3 minus 9 is Oh, it's not 6, it's -6, right? Okay, now we have to simplify it. Divide them both by what? Divide them both by 2. So that will be a -3/5, isn't it? How many of you, I followed that, I totally get that. Keep change is like our best friend, right? Okay, I'm going to teach you something on your calculators to check your answers. Are you ready? Listen closely. On your calculators, find the ABC button. Again, on your calculators, find the ABC button. Do you see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yes. This is your fraction button. Let me move all of this on the board up a little bit. That's not exactly what I want. So, in your calculators, you can type in this problem. What was the problem? 3/10 plus, right? Like this, -9/10. Can I teach you how to type in your calculator so you can check your answers? Okay, it's all about the ABC button. The ABC button is telling your calculator that this is a fraction. So you type in your 3 first. Follow with me. And then you hit that ABC button. When you hit the ABC button, it comes up with a symbol like that. It's saying, this is a fraction. Okay, and then you type in a 10 and you finish your fraction. Then you hit your plus sign. But now we're back to a fraction. Okay, that's -9/10. Guys, point to the ceiling. Always put the negative on the numerator. So let's type in -9. Use your white negative button. So type in -9. Now tell your calculator it's a fraction, so that's really -9/10. Use the ABC button to tell it. And did we get our answer right when we did it first? Does it come out -3/5? Is that so great to check your answers? Fantastic, right? So great. Okay, let's go to letter C. Are you ready for letter C? Okay, letter C. Guys, try letter C. Okay, if you want to check your answers on this one, let's check it together. So to check your answer, you would type in, that negative goes on the 6, so -6, and then your ABC button, and then your 10. Give me a thumbs up if you're that far. Okay, -6, ABC, 10. Now this is, we didn't do this on the last one. This is a mixed number, but it's still all a fraction. So now you type in minus, and then your 1. But now it's part of the fraction, right? So hit the ABC button right now. So 1, ABC, 3, ABC, 10. And then equals. Okay, something happens on this one. Can I look at yours, Trey? I'm going to copy down on the board exactly what it says. It's got that little U, right? So it looks like -1 and then the U, but it kind of looks like a box. And then is it 9/10?
Yeah.
I need a hand in there. Can you interpret this? What does that mean? What is your calculator trying to tell you? Bridger, what is it? Yes, it's saying that 1 is in front of it. That's the big number, right? So final answer on this is -1 and 9/10. You did? Fantastic. Keep changing will still work. How many of you got that? Let me see. Yes? Okay, go on to letter D. You've got this. It's a decimal. You got this. Go, go. Okay, let's make a plan on letter D. Are we going to end up with a positive number or a negative number? Negative, because it's getting bigger, right? Because you're doing so good. So I'll end up with a negative number. You can keep change. So 1.3 minus positive 3.4. I need a hand in the air. Looks like you guys rocked this. What did you get for a final answer on this one? Trey, what'd you get? -2.1. Okay, he said he's not sure if he's right. How many of you agree, Trey? Trey, be confident. That was fantastic. How many of you did this one on your calculator? Let me see. Nice. How many of you showed the work on your workbook? Okay, love it. All right, letter E. What do you think? Is this one going to be a negative or a positive final answer? Absolutely, because we're in the negatives and then we're digging ourselves deeper into the negatives. Can I get a hand in the air? How many of you have letter E already? Yes, thanks for getting ahead of it. Okay, Savannah, what'd you get? -2.7. Guys, let me see thumbs up if you got the same thing. -2.7. You're doing fantastic. Okay, we're on my favorite part of our notes. Are you ready? Flip to the next page. Again, flip to the next page. We are going to do the bottom part. This is real life stuff. When you guys are grown-ups, you're going to have to do stuff like this and make a budget. So I'm that you start with $100. So everybody in this room is pretending they have $100, and now you've got to balance your checkbook. Make sure you're on this page. So bottom half of page 34, right? You start with $100. The first thing that happens is you buy groceries. Your groceries cost $34.57. So if you have $100 and you pay for groceries, good job, Trey. Subtract it. So grab your calculators. Type it in. 100 minus 34.57, and then write it. You're keeping your balance right here. Okay, can I get a hand in there? Can someone tell me that balance? What did you get this part? Sammy, what'd you get? 65.43? Okay, raise your hand if you balanced it. Did you write it in your book? We're literally balancing our checkbooks. Okay, so next, hooray, you have a job and you got some money. So you deposit. Deposit, do we add or do we subtract? We add, so do it. Wait, do we add 100 to 875.50 or do we add it? Or do we add it to 65.43? Yep, you've spent your money, so now you're at this, right? So $875.50 plus $65.43. If you have it, will you raise your hand and help me out with this part? Jacob, what'd you get?
I got $940.93.
Nice, $943.93. Okay, next, withdrawal, because what does withdrawal mean? Minus, can you keep going? But, can I pop? Well, I almost don't want to give you a hint. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good luck. Make sure you write it down as you go. What did you get in this next box? You can just look and see. What did you get in the next box? When you withdraw, actually, I think you can handle that because it's just $40. Elena, make sure I do this right. So is this $900.93?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're doing great. Okay, so next one, electric company. They pay us, excuse me, they don't pay us. We pay them, right? Not them. Oh my gosh. We pay them, right? They don't pay us. That'd be ridiculous. So we've got to do $900.93 minus $78.43. Can I get a hand in the air on this one? What did you get at this total? Skylar, so right here, what did you get?
I got, so like right there, okay, I got $822.05.
Oh, that's where I was going to warn you that you might make a mistake. It's not 5 cents. What did you say, Skylar? It's 50 cents. Be careful with that. So you might want to go back and double check that step. It's a big deal because your calculator's probably said 822.5. You got to add the 0, right? Awesome. Okay, let's go to the music store. So we've got to subtract $10.55. Oh, that's almost real nice. But that 5 cents makes it a little bit trickier. Can I get a hand there? Will you help me with this spot? What do you get after the music store? How much money do you have in your bank account? Bridget, do you have it right here, Bridget Larson? Right here. And 95 cents makes sense. Thanks, Bridget. All right, and then we buy shoes, kind of expensive, $47.21. Can someone tell me where we're at in our bank account after the shoes? Camille, where are we at? $764, and how many cents? 27? I think it's bigger than that. What do you guys think? Jack, what do you think?
I got 74 cents.
I think it is 74. Camille, will you double check that? So start with what I have up here in red, $811.95. Subtract 47.21. Will you make sure it's 764?
I just put that.
So we're good? You agree? Okay, thanks, Camille. Deposit, those are my favorites. So now we get to put money back in, right? 125. Can I get a hand in the air? Can you tell me the balance when we add that 125? Haley, thanks. What do we get? $889.74. It should be 74 because the change shouldn't change, right? Because we added a whole 125. Next, oh, this was another thing where I was like, oh, do I want to give them a hint or not? Interest. I want someone to tell me about interest. What do we do with that? Because we've either got to add or subtract. We know that, but which one? Vivi, what do you think? You add it. Interest, we added in. So add that 212. I think I can handle this because we make sure I do it right. So add 212. Wouldn't that be 891.86? Yes? You agree? So last one, you gotta pay for your cell phone. It's almost $60, but not quite $60. So subtract that $59.99. If I was making a plan, I would probably do $60. That would be $8.31. Maybe I can do this. So if it was 60, it'd be $8.31, but it's not 60. It's 1 cent off. So is it 831.87? Yeah, be nice to yourself on those. How many of you got that? Did you balance your checkbook perfectly? Fantastic. You're gonna be pro adults. I'm excited. Okay. Our assignment. Okay, so we start at number 1. We start at number 4, right? 4, 5, 6, and 11. The rest of the time is yours to finish. If you finish, put your calculator away and your workbooks next to you on the shelf. Go. The rest of the time is yours. Go.